So I want to get y'all opinion on something. And yes, I'm eating on some spicy pork skins. Anyway, I want to get y'all opinion on something because this kind of bothers me. But I think I kind of know the gist of it. And, you know, I had to ask ChatGPT and he getting on my nerves. They did something to ChatGPT after Christmas. He been acting real stank lately. Smelling himself. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. What my question is, right? Because I've seen a couple of people say that adult children don't care about their aging parents. They don't visit them. They don't take care of them. Like, blah, 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 right? And I've been seeing like a couple of videos specifically with people telling you to, you know, not to care so deeply or, you know, get so attached to your children because when they grow up, you know, they form their own lives and they forget about you, right? That whole jazz. Oh, excuse me. Yes, my love. Yes, my love. Yes, my love. You want some more yogurt? You want some more yogurt? It's so funny when he says no, he means yes. I think a lot of kids do that in their early years. But here's my thing. I really think that's an American thing. I think that people around the world actually do still care about their aging parents and still have that loving bond with them. I think that is just specific to America and other places that are like America where there's a disconnect between oh my goodness, let me just, okay, my son just had to come, oh Lord, he gets under my skin. Anyway, let me just take this hat off. They say that crows, like, they go take care of their aging parents or they'll go visit their aging parents, even crows, right? And we know that, you know, animals primarily act off of instinct and human beings work off of culture, right? I feel like this is specific to America where you have adult children who don't like visit their parents, who don't necessarily take care of them or fall out of, you know, connection with their older or aging parents, right? And this lady was saying, if you don't believe me, like go to the old folks home and see how many, you know, people are there and their, you know, adult children don't visit them, all of this good stuff. I think this is a thing that's specific to America, right? In other countries like America, like maybe Australia, I've never been to Australia, and I don't know a thing about Australia really other than there's overt racism there. And, you know, it's kind of similar to America here, right? But just this culture of individualism versus the collective or community or the village concept, I feel like because that's missing, this is why children don't necessarily have that intimate bond or relationship with their aging parents. And we're talking about on a collective level, right? Because I'm not saying everybody's like this. I don't know why I have to say that, but it's always somebody come in the comments like, well, I do this and I do that. Well, then clearly I'm not talking about you. Okay? All right? If the shoe don't fit, don't come for me, please. Anyway, not only do we have this culture of super ultra hyper individualism here in America, like just the time constraints as well, right? Because we work a lot. What's the standard work week is 40 hours a week plus. You kind of have time is not on our side when it comes to cultivating those relationships. And then on top of that, I mean, you have exhaustion after that, right? And then you have adult children that move away and live in other states. So, you know, distance can also be a factor. But that kind of, I don't know, that left a bad taste in my mouth because I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want to have to put blood, sweat, and tears into, you know, taking care of my children and they completely just forget about me when I need them when I'm aging. So, you know, that's kind of why I'm looking at this like, ooh, you know, how do you form better relationships with your children so that, you know, that's unacceptable to allow your parent who cared for you to just abandon your aging parent like that, right? What are your thoughts on this? Like, how do you feel? Because I feel like in other countries, like, especially I'm thinking Southeast Asia, just other places where they value community more. I don't think that's an issue with adult children, like looking after their aging parents and having that relationship with them and caring for their aging parents. Yeah, but I've always said, you know, the animals kind of have a one-up on us, especially when we were looking for tissue during the times of the pandemic. Did we forget about that? I didn't.